can't hide. Since taking elixir, it's done wonders for me. There's a glint in my eye and a spring in my knee. I'm 90 years old and terrible in love. I so want to marry my turtle dove. She's just 25, a chick of delight. But I must confess a degree of fright. My good friends advise that such an engage just might prove fatal, the difference in age. Our affair is torrid. What shall I do? I'll wait with intent an answer from you. Please hurry it up, and I will abide. But we so want to wed. I want a bride. It wasn't too long, there came in the mail an envelope posted from Doc McPhail. Slim scanned the letter, then read it aloud to his concerned friends, that revered crowd. Take the elixir, double the dose. Marry the maiden, then hold her real close. Treat her as equal and query no wise. Let nature prevail. If she dies, she dies.
Like to include a short little poem in with his Christmas cards every year that he sent out. At least he did to the Costellos. And so here are a couple of them. Mary Jane Ross, would you come back up and read a couple of those?
Yes, yes, please. Hey, Charles. Sign up. Sign up.
Well, these are this. What I'm going to read isn't anything like what Mary got to read. This is a note he would put in his Christmas card one year. It was 2010. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Well, I'll be jigged if it's not St. Nick. He's coming down the chimney flue. I've not cleaned that thing in years. Hope he can make it through. With a ho, 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 he sang out loud, and I couldn't help but grin when I saw his friendly attitude and those whiskers on his chin. He didn't tarry. He went right to work as he laid out a train and a doll. Then in muffled tone, I heard his voice. Cheers and more cheers to all.
Oh. Very nice. Thank you.
Is that two? Oh, no. Do you want me to do another one?
Yes,
oh,
yes. Just getting warmed up.
Just getting used to this gig. This is called Happy New Year. This old steed is hard to prod. His pace is slow on frozen sod. It's after Christmas, but don't you swear, 'cause here's your New Year's bill of fare. My word has been, and it is yet, get off your duff, work up a sweat. With the new regime in Washington, full speed ahead, just get her done. He'll do his part, we do the same. We might just turn and win the game. In these hard times, we've seen it worse. It does no good to sit and curse. With brains and brawn, hard work and sweat, we'll get her done. We'll pull through yet. All things unfold, get in high gear. May you feel joy in this new year.
Oh, well done.
I'm going to read a couple now. The first one, I'm not sure if Jim Ross wrote this one or not. He didn't sign it. Usually it has his name on the bottom of these. But it is in his book, the one called Get Down and Come On In. And the illustrations, again, are by Mary Jane Ross. And this particular one has a picture of a little old kitchen wood stove. And she's got every detail on it. It's a great job. This one's called Pat and Mike. Pat and Mike grew up as one. They were buddies all their lives. Their leisure time was always shared. 'Twas a foursome with their wives. In later years, poor Pat got sick. He called for his pal Mike. I feel me's changin' pastures, I've never felt the like. But before I say so long, there's a favor I will notch. In the cupboard, behind the cook stove, is a bottle of old scotch. I've been saving it forever, just waiting for the day when me needs a final kicker to boost me on me way. When I am dead and buried, will you take that bottle down, remove the cork so gently, and sprinkle o'er me burial ground? Pal Mike, he felt remorseful, and with emotions about to burst, he queried, for he really thought, might we strain it through me kidneys first?
Didn't hear the last part.
Oh, okay. Pal Mike, he felt remorseful, and with emotions about to burst, he queried, for he really thought, might we strain it through me kidneys first? And this was in a Christmas card to the Costellos, I believe, and it's called Belated Greetings. And I took the liberty of changing the very last word in this poem, and you'll see why. It's tough to admit, but I must confess, that a bug laid me low before Christmas, no less. Now I'm back in the saddle, fogging the trail, trying to get a handle on my Christmas mail. I've received many greetings, but yet to send one, so I'm truly under the proverbial gun. Next Yuletide we'll see change, and I'm telling you why. I'm starting Christmas cards on the 4th of July. I like to get them, hear the news firsthand. To receive, one must give, a rule of the land. News on this end is downright scant this year, but you know I'm still kicking, though in slow gear. Trust your visit from Santa was truly great, and may your dreams come true in 2018. And I think Mary is going to end this poetry session with two more of Jim Ross's poems. Mary Costello. Where'd she go? Oh, here she comes.
Going round the mountain.
Well, when he sent his card, he would have his poem typed and taped to the inside of the card. So this was, when I first started getting them from him, I saved them. And then he'd always add in his writing a few notes. And it says, this little card is a cheapie, but it packs a lot of weight. If stamps were based on thought value, I couldn't stand the freight. My thoughts are with you often. You seem to keep my ticker wound. If it weren't for friendships such as yours, I would soon be 6 feet underground. But good Santa helps some too. He puts some flicker to the fire. My kids and grandkids give me oomph, keep me from sinking in the mire. If we add things all together, it has been an A1 year. So may your Henry Ford keep putting, and its Rexel not slip a gear. And one of the other ones says, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Well, I'll be Jake if it's not St. Nick. He's coming down the chimney flue. I've not cleaned that thing in years. Hope he can make it through. With a ho, 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 he sang out loud, and I couldn't help but grin when I saw his friendly attitude and those whiskers on his chin. He didn't tarry, went right to work as he laid out a train and a doll. Then in muffled tone, I heard his voice. Cheers, and more cheers to all.
So this ends our section section on poetry. I want to thank all of our poetry readers and just thank Mary Jane Ross for sharing her dad with us. I'd like to thank Bill and Sue for their entries. And now, I'd like to say something warm and gracious.
Microphone.
I can't. Oh. Now, I'd like to say something warm and gracious. Good gracious, it's warm in here. I borrowed that from Victor Borga.
You're making me nervous here.
And now for your listening enjoyment, I'd like to introduce the band Sunrise. We're all Methodists. They come to this church and we play some country, some gospel, some old favorites, and you may even hear some Christmas music. Bill Lyon on the guitar and vocals. Bonnie and Bill. Dale Benford on bass. And me on the banjo.
I might just mention, we have a 2-hour program planned. They said they'd be taking names if anybody left early, so.